What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I know I look a little bit more dressed up. Literally the only reason is because I kind of wanted to look a little bit more dressed up. So let's get into the video. Now, if you've been watching my channel recently, the videos that I've been putting out, you know that I've been talking about a lot of different topics that kind of bring up controversy or maybe even just bring up different emotions in different people. And that's what's going to be happening today. Now, whenever I make these videos, I try to do my best to see both sides of the situation, try and understand why both sides might feel the way that they feel. And I'm going to be very honest, today this is a little bit more difficult for me because I think you guys will understand when you see the topic of today's video. So a few days ago, I was actually sent this picture right here on Instagram from one of my followers, and they said that this was posted at their gym. Now, I'm going to be blurring out his name because I don't know if he really wants me to be sharing that, but when he sent the picture, these are the few texts that he sent me. Hello, sir. I have been following you for a while, and you're amazing. Thank you. Question, as a fellow big guy, if you walked into your gym and saw this sign posted on the bathroom door, what would your thoughts be? And then, there's a picture. I know mine, and I just got booted from my gym because I expressed them. So apparently, he must have seen that sign, said something about it, and he got kicked out of the gym. And so I asked him, is this at your gym? He said, yeah, well, the gym that I can't go to anymore. And I said, that's really not cool. He said, yeah, I felt that they were targeting someone who was trying to make themselves better. I was at 450. Now I'm at 280. That's awesome. It just struck a chord with me. And I said, yeah, that's understandable. So now I want to make it clear. I don't know this person. I don't know the guy that sent me this. Obviously, I just kind of have to trust that he's not making this up, which I don't know why he would, but that is a possibility. So I want to make that very clear. Now, for those of you that might not be able to read, the sign says, notice all cardio equipment in this gym has a weight limit of 350 pounds. So when I first saw that, I honestly didn't believe it was true. It just seems so ridiculous. Like, it seems like something you would see in like a satire video or something like that. But then again, he said it was real. So trying to be devil's advocate, trying to understand why the gym would post this. And this was posted at an Anytime Fitness, so it's not like it's some small gym that might not have much money. Because the only thing I can think of, the only reason I can think of maybe posting that picture, posting that sign would because you would be worried about the equipment breaking because someone, that is large is using it, which I do understand, and that is totally fair. I understand that the equipment does have a weight limit, but at the same time, like, if you're a gym, especially a huge gym like Anytime Fitness, I mean, there's tons of Anytime Fitnesses, they have money. You have to understand, like, if you are a gym, you are in the business of helping people lose weight. So I think it's just, you kind of have to understand that equipment is going to break and you hire people to fix it. And that's just part of the gym, right? I go to a 24-hour fitness all the time, and there is a person that's there that their job basically is to fix equipment when it breaks, because eventually all of the equipment is going to break because so many people are using it over, pretty much all day. The other reason I guess I could see maybe the gym posting this is for safety reasons. If you're worried about someone getting hurt because they might be using equipment and maybe they weigh a little bit too much, then maybe I can see that. That would be the one that makes the most sense to me, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that was the reasoning behind it. But again, you are in a gym, you're in the business of being in a gym. Like, people get injured at gyms, it just happens. So I don't understand why they would feel the need to post that to let everyone know. And I would say that my biggest issue with this is that it has to be so public. I don't understand why you would feel the need to make it so public, because again, at this gym, I highly doubt that there's a ton of people that are over 350 pounds that are using the cardio equipment. I can only assume it's a very small amount of people that maybe are breaking this rule, that I feel would have been way better of a solution would to have been go up to the person that might be breaking the rule or whatever you want to call it, go up to them and explain to them, hey, this cardio equipment, there is a weight limit. We are worried about you falling and hurting yourself. Say something like that. You don't even have to say, like, we don't want you to break the equipment, because obviously that would be really hurtful. You could say, hey, we don't want you to get hurt. Here are some alternatives. Like, you are in the business of helping people lose weight. You are in the business of fitness. So why not, instead of just shaming someone, and I don't use the word shaming lightly. Like, I think that a lot of people like to say I'm being shamed, but I think that in this instance, for me personally, I think that this was this is so unbelievably out of touch and unbelievably just silly to post this and really make someone feel that's already probably not that comfortable in a gym. You know, when you are massively overweight, it is very hard to be comfortable in the gym. So the fact that they're already there and they're on the equipment, they are getting over that fear. And then to post this, I feel like that's just, it would take the wind out of my sails. Like, I can only imagine if I saw this when I first started going to the gym, I would have been mortified because I would have just 100% assumed it was about me. Because I remember when I first started going to the gym, now granted, I think I was at about 340 pounds when I actually started going to the gym because I lost a little bit of weight before I started going to the gym. But I was using the cardio equipment and I was definitely over the weight limit. You know, I was using the elliptical, I was using the stationary bikes, I was using the treadmill. But it's not like I was on these pieces of machinery like sprinting or running or doing anything crazy. I was moving very slowly. You know, I was being safe for my weight. So it's not like I was there crushing it. I see people at the gym every day, especially at 24. Like, I was on a couple days ago, I was on the stair climber and I had my headphones in full blast and I could hear someone running behind me on the treadmill just absolutely slamming into the ground. And they were, you know, a normal weight. So I could see that being way more detrimental than someone that's 350 pounds just walking on it. And I remember I would even, when I was at my heaviest, I would go on the treadmill and I would walk, and some of them, because of the weight limit, they wouldn't really move super correctly. I could tell that my weight was an issue, so I would kind of just move off of that one and maybe go to a different machine. So I just don't see the point, and I don't see the good that can come out of this situation other than maybe them saving a little bit of money because the equipment might not break. But the risk to reward ratio to that, I don't see it being a net positive for Anytime Fitness. And honestly, like, weight limits are usually a little overcautious anyways. Like, I remember when I worked at the Van shoe store, this was my first job ever, one of the main parts of the job was going to the back room and getting shoes for people, right? Obviously. But we had these huge sliding racks that were stacked up like 10 feet, 15 feet. And so to get the shoes at the top rack, you had to get a ladder and climb up the ladder, right? Now, I was weighing at least 300 pounds minimum when I worked at Vans. And there were ladders there, and all of the weight limit on all the ladders was 250 pounds. I never had an issue with the ladder breaking, creaking, nothing crazy ever happened. Now, again, I understand legally they can get in trouble for that, but I think that it's a little ridiculous just because someone might be over the weight limit to just say, oh, they're not allowed to use this equipment. Now, I want to make it very clear, I am not against them enforcing their rules. If they want to make those rules, that's totally fine. But again, people are going to make decisions based on these rules, and someone deciding not to go to this gym anymore because of this rule is totally valid. My biggest issue, and the biggest issue that I have with this, is the way that they did it. There are so many better ways that you could have done this instead of just making this public statement for everyone to see. And then, of course, anybody that's going to that gym is going to be looking for the bigger people to be like, oh, that was put up for that person, that was put up for this person. And it's already adding so much more anxiety to something that's already causes people a ton of anxiety. It just seems so out of touch to me. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, it really does seem like something you would see in like Curb Your Enthusiasm or Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, it doesn't seem real to me. It really seems like satire. So again, those are just my thoughts. Now, with this particular subject, I'm really curious to see what people think, because I know I have a very specific way of thinking about this from my experiences, you know, being over 350 pounds at one point and losing a lot of weight, and the gym being a big reason that happened. Obviously, I have a specific experience that's going to make me feel a specific way, but I would love to know what people think that maybe are still over 350 pounds, maybe people that have never been overweight. For me, I think the biggest thing is that they are going to be alienating, one, people that are over 350 pounds, right, that can no longer use the equipment, and then people that that have been that weight. Like, if I saw that at my gym, I wouldn't be going there either, because that would just seem so unbelievably rude to me. But who knows, someone that's never been that weight might be like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. I totally understand that. And again, if that's how you feel, no hate. Everyone's allowed to feel however they want. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. there was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am. Ugh.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.